There's a moment most men have lived through. You're interested in a woman. You show it. You're available, responsive, consistent. And slowly, almost without explanation, she pulls back. The energy shifts. The replies get shorter. The warmth disappears. And you're left thinking, what did I do wrong? But here's the part nobody tells you. You didn't do something wrong. You did something too right, too available, too readable, too easy to have. And the moment she could fully have you, something in her psychology quietly switched off. That's not cruelty. That's not a game, that's biology. And once you understand it, you'll never be confused by this again. The reward system. Here's what's actually happening inside her brain. The human mind is wired for pursuit, not possession. Pursuit. Dopamine, the chemical your brain releases when something feels exciting and rewarding, doesn't fire when you have something. It fires when you're about to get it, when the outcome is uncertain, when the result isn't guaranteed. This is why the almost is always more exciting than the already. This is why the chase feels electric and the catch feels ordinary. It's not her fault. It's not your fault. It's the oldest operating system in human psychology, and it runs whether she's aware of it or not. So when you became fully available, fully readable, fully certain, the dopamine stopped firing. Not because she stopped liking you, but because her brain stopped being activated by you. You moved from possibility to possession, and the brain doesn't reward what it already owns. What scarcity does to attraction. Think about the last time you wanted something you couldn't have. Maybe it was a job. Maybe it was a piece of clothing that sold out. Maybe it was a person who seemed just slightly out of reach. Remember how that felt? That quiet obsession, that constant background pull. Now think about the last time you had easy, unlimited access to something you once wanted badly. How long before the excitement faded? That's scarcity psychology, and it runs deeper in attraction than almost anywhere else. When a woman senses that you are fully available, fully committed, and fully focused on her before she's earned that level of attention, something shifts. The perceived value drops. Not because you're less, but because the brain reads availability as abundance, and abundance psychologically feels ordinary. Scarcity feels rare, and rare feels valuable. This isn't manipulation. This is just how the human mind assigns worth. The mistake most men make. Here's where it gets honest. And this might sting a little. Most men, when they feel attraction, do the opposite of what creates it. They pursue harder. They text more. They make themselves more available. They try to demonstrate value through effort and consistency. And every single one of those moves quietly communicates the same thing. I need this to work out. And need is the opposite of attractive. When a woman feels your need, she doesn't feel flattered. She feels pressure. And pressure doesn't open people. It closes them. So she pulls back, not because she's cold, but because her nervous system is protecting her from the weight of your emotional dependency. Here's the painful truth. The more you chased, the less she wanted you. Not because of who you are, but because of what chasing signals. It signals that your emotional state depends on her response. And a man whose peace depends on a woman's approval is not a man who feels safe to move toward. What actually creates the pull? So what does work? Here's the shift that changes everything. It's not playing games. It's not pretending you don't care. It's not disappearing to seem mysterious. Those are performances, and people can feel a performance from a mile away. What actually creates the pull is genuine fullness. A life that doesn't pause for her approval. A mood that doesn't rise and fall based on her reply time. A presence that says, I'm interested, but I'm not waiting. When a woman senses that you have direction, that your attention is something earned rather than automatically given, that your time is something you actually value, something shifts in her psychology. You become something she has to think about, something she has to reach for slightly. And that reaching is where attraction lives. She's not chasing you because you're unavailable. She's moving toward you because you feel like something real, something with weight, and weight creates gravity. The awareness shift. Here's what most men don't realize. This isn't about strategy, it's about identity. You can't fake this. You can try to delay replies or act disinterested, but if underneath that performance you're still anxious, still checking her profile, still waiting for her validation, she will feel it. Women are extraordinarily good at reading energy. Not the words, the energy beneath the words. The real shift happens when you genuinely stop needing the outcome. When your day moves forward with or without her reply. When you're curious about her but not dependent on her. When your confidence doesn't live inside her attention. That's not coldness, that's groundedness. And grounded men are the ones women can't stop thinking about. Not because they're hard to read, but because they're rare. Because most men hand over their emotional state the moment they feel attraction. And she has felt that her entire life. A man who doesn't hand it over? That's new, that's interesting. That's something she wants to understand. And wanting to understand someone is the beginning of wanting them. Bring it together. So let's be clear about what this is and what it isn't. This isn't about making her suffer. It's not about withholding affection or playing emotional chess. It's about understanding that genuine attraction is built on tension, not certainty. On possibility, not possession. On the feeling that something could be gained or lost. The moment you become a guaranteed outcome, you become background noise. The moment you become someone she has to think about, someone whose attention feels like it means something, you become foreground. You become the thing she reaches for. And here's the final truth. The men who naturally have this quality aren't thinking about it. They're not running strategies. They're simply men who have built something worth returning to inside themselves. Their life is full. Their direction is clear. Their peace doesn't depend on anyone else's approval. That's not a technique. That's a standard. Set that standard for yourself and watch the dynamic shift without you having to say a single word. Because the man who is genuinely hard to replace is never the one doing the chasing. He's the one being thought about at 3 a.m. when she should be sleeping.